Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some more One Piece. Wahoo! I'm sorry, it's very late, but I gotta get to recording. I gotta hustle. I've been lacking the past week. I'm sorry, chat. And for this video, I've been going through Wano, and I kind of want to take a look back and think about my favorite One Piece villain I've had so far. And if you guys have been paying attention to my current One Piece journey, you would know that there was really two villains that really struck out to me. Enel is one of them, and Enel is one of them. I like Enel a lot, but there was two that really struck out to me. There was Crocodile, and then there was Doflamingo. I absolutely love Doflamingo as an antagonist in One Piece. Now, obviously, is he the strongest opponent that the Straw Hats have faced or will ever face? Absolutely not. Duh, no shit. But for me, Doflamingo ticks a lot of the boxes that I like to see when it comes to villains. I believe he had enough proper build-up. We had seen him many chapters ago. His design was a little bit different. Obviously, you have that meme of him walking with Kuma all wide and shit. But Doflamingo definitely is one of the most charismatic villains whenever it comes to the opposition, right? When it comes to Doflamingo, I think one of the things that really sticks out to me, again, is the stage presence as well as his personality. When I say his personality, he's just not normal. There's just something demented about him. He's not just evil, it's like he's sick. So again, for example, so when the townspeople attempted to string him, his brother, and his father up, and it's implied that he lost one of his eyes, you see the arrow going towards his eye in the anime, and he screams out. You have his brother crying, screaming for their mother. You have his father screaming, begging for mercy for his children. Please spare my boys, please spare them. And then you have Doflamingo himself saying, I'm going to kill all of you. I'm going to find you and kill you. Oddly enough, the anime omits this. Unless I'm crazy and I missed something, the anime does not have Doflamingo say that. And I think because of how dark it is, because any other child in that situation would be understandably calling for their parents, calling for anybody, begging them to stop. But no, Doflamingo has this sick bloodlust within him. And now, yes, people do talk about the fact that, yes, he did slime his own dad out because he was trying to make a better life for him, but it's a little deeper than that. Doflamingo enjoys the power that he has over people, but it's a need, not necessarily a want. But it's not over everybody, and Doflamingo loves loyalty, right? Anybody that talks bad about his family, his crew, right, they're sentenced to death, they're punished, they're tortured, all this. Anybody that makes fun of Pika's voice, they're immediately just but Doflamingo truly cares for his crew, and when it comes to villains that are obviously dastardly, they're evil, it's a very common trope for them not to care about their subordinates and for them to treat their subordinates like cannon fodder. But Doflamingo's not really like that. Obviously, anybody else that's not in his crew, he doesn't really care, and their suffering is hilarious to him. But that's not the case with him, and that's what really reels me in with his character. And I love the backstory that he has with Law as well, specifically Doflamingo's brother. Law's backstory is arguably the biggest highlight of Dressrosa. I loved Law's backstory way more than anything with Rebecca's family. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Rebecca's family didn't really move me that much. Kairos is cool. I love Kairos is my guy. He's sick. Again, Rebecca doesn't really do anything for me personally. But just seeing how emotional Doflamingo was when it came to having to kill his own brother. Now, yes, he did it in part to look tough and to keep this sense of control, because obviously he's a control freak. But to see that, actually, it does haunt him to this day. Actually, like, it wasn't like a super easy thing that he had to do. So he's flawed, definitely. And another thing that I do enjoy about Doflamingo is that he's not invincible, right? One of the first times we see him actually in the story concurrently is him fighting off Aokiji, and Aokiji bitches him immediately. He's like, you don't want these problems, big brother. Listen, sit. You ain't ready for all that. Let me tell you something. So we're like, oh well, okay, so he's not like the big bad, but then obviously to the Straw Hat crew, that kind of gives us some more insights. Okay, so they're not like admiral level yet. I mean, again, I'm midway through Wano, so I don't know where that meets now, but we're like, okay, so the ocean is still very big. There's still some very large fish in the sea, and then you have Doflamingo and his crew and you have Doflamingo's literally entrapping a whole country while he's fighting Luffy, which is absolutely insane. That dude, oh my god. Like, it's very cliche to be like, I'm gonna sink this island, I'm gonna blow up this island while we fight. But to like have a whole country hostage while you fight the main character, that's different. I like it. I like it. Plus 10 aura points. I don't know. I like Doflamingo a lot, man. He's definitely my favorite One Piece villain so far. And there's been some good ones. I don't like Big Mom. Everybody knows I don't like Big Mom, and people think I'm crazy. Oh, Big Mom's stronger than Doflamingo. Somebody said that. Somebody said that, oh, you don't like Big Mom because she's stronger than Doflamingo? No, I think she's a shit character. I just don't care. There's nothing about Big Mom that entertains me. I'm sorry. Like, she's just not that interesting. I wish One Piece did have more female antagonists, but what can you do? Crocodile did really interest me as a villain too, because Crocodile, the big thing about him was just how cunning, again, how charismatic he was. He was very suave, right? And nothing really impressed him. And he won. He beat Luffy, I believe, 2 or 3 times. He had Luffy on the edge of death, and it was thanks to Luffy's, unorthodox fighting style, and just how crazy Luffy is that he wouldn't stay down. That was the only reason that Luffy won that fight. I think One Piece villains generally are entertaining, and some of them do end up being, more gag villains than anything. Obviously, on the lowest part of the totem pole would be Gecko Moria and Big Mom throughout my journey. But man, I Doflamingo, that's just my guy, man. There's something about him. There's something about him that just makes him my favorite villain, man. I love him. I love him. I do. Kaido's cool so far. I don't really know too much about Kaido. He just seems kind of strong and just kind of representative of just raw strength over anything, just oppression, which is fine. And you have this whole interesting angle of Doflamingo being a celestial dragon and how that influences pretty much everybody in Dressrosa, making it their problem as well. It's funny because you look at that scene where him, his brother, and his father are strung up, and it's like, if you look at that from an outside angle, it's like, oh dude, these people are terrible, they're doing this to these poor kids. Well, they've suffered so much oppression and starvation, all of these terrible, awful things at the hands of the celestial dragons. It's gonna make sense that these people are going to fight back, and they're tired. They're going to revolt, and that's the first thing they see, regardless if it's a helpless father and his 2 sons. So it makes sense, but you're not supposed to know how you feel about it as an audience member, because obviously we know just how bad he becomes later on. Doflamingo to me definitely feels like the most human antagonist out of all the villains that we've seen in One Piece so far. Never mind the fact that he also has a really good design on top of that. But he just feels so real, if that makes sense. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about Donquixote Doflamingo down in the comments below, man. Let me know who your favorite One Piece villain is. Do you guys think that Doflamingo is your favorite? Do you guys think that Crocodile is your favorite? Do you guys think, God forbid, that the Eddie Cool brothers are your favorite? I mean, hey, listen, I get it. Listen, yeah. Some people say Blackbeard. I don't know if I would say Blackbeard's a villain, though. I like Blackbeard. He's an antagonist, but I would not say he's a villain. I love seeing him on screen, though. I do. It's something about that D. It's something about them Ds. Listen, they take up the whole screen whenever they're on camera, and that's fine, man. Listen, Law, Blackbeard, Luffy. Listen, any D that I see, I'm taking it in. I'm gonna get clipped. I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.